nervousness that some of the quarterbacks have during this competition. Do you talk to them on a daily basis about what they're feeling, or do you just tell them to focus on work? How do you handle that?
Yeah, we talk a lot about the mental game and how to handle the added pressure and stress and all that stuff. And really and truly, we take it one play at a time. It's one day at a time. It's 1 hour at a time. It's 1 minute at a time. And we try to just focus on the process. And what that means is be where your feet are. You might have made a bad play on the play before, but it's all about the next play. It's all about winning the next play. So we talk about all the time being a one-play warrior mentality. And it doesn't matter what the scoreboard says. Don't matter what you did on the last play. Don't matter what you're going to do on the next play. Be in the present, and just win plays and win plays and win plays, and we'll be okay.
What kind of chance could Rakeem Boyd have to come in and make an impact?
He's got a great chance.
And why would that be?
Well, we got to have a healthy stable of running backs. And in this league, you got to be able to run the football. And, we got to have guys that can contribute in practice all the way through, games 1 through 4. And then so when you get into midway through the season to late in the season, everybody's fresh. Everybody feels fresh-legged and not just dead, that they've carried the workload all year. I love the fact that we have a lot of depth at running back, whether it's Rakeem, whether it's TJ, whether it's Chase, Malik, or Devois. It doesn't really matter to me. Whoever's hot at the time is going to get some reps, but going through fall camp, all those guys are going to try to get as much equal reps as we can to keep them fresh. And, again, we want to see what they can do. And each guy brings something a little bit different. That's what I like about them. And that's what I like to see with those guys. I don't like a lot of clones. And that's what really that's what's really exciting to me, is that we got guys that do a little bit different things, and they all can catch the ball in the backfield, which is great.
What's your take on the OL movement after Colton Jackson's injury and Wagner possibly going first rep? Yeah,
it's the next guy up mentality, and that's what football is all about. Everybody's got to be ready. You never know when something could happen. Something could happen day 1 of fall camp. I hope it doesn't, but it could. And the next guy behind you's got to be ready. The number 2 guy is we always say, is one play away from playing. And so it's a loss to us to start with, but it also opens up other opportunities for other guys to get some reps, and we can see what they can do early on.
What do you want to see from the tight ends in fall camp?
Pick up where they left off. I think they had a good spring. I won't say a great spring, but a really good spring learning the offense. I got to see some other guys in particular learning the offense, learning the plays. And but those guys, to me, when you look at those guys now and when we first got here, it's night and day what their bodies look like. I think a lot in the spring they were out of shape, and I think that showed. And I think that this summer has been really good for those guys to get out and get in shape and work hard, and they've changed their body. Man, they look good. And just consistency. If we call your number, make the play. If we call you to blow up a defensive end, blow them up. And so that's what we're looking for there. But like I said, ever since we got here, I'm really excited about what we have at that position.
When you hear what the quarterbacks did leading the offense this summer, what have you heard about what each guy did well and how they led the team?
Well, what's great is we're not individuals out there. When I talk to them as a group, it's us. It's everybody in this group. It's not just you, Ty. It's not just you, Cole. It's not you, Dalton. It's not Jack. It's all of us. And so everybody had a role. Whether you're in getting reps, if you're not, you're snapping. If you're not doing that, you're signaling. If you're not doing that, you're calling the play. So those guys had to really take on a lot of ownership, all of them, not just individually. And I've heard that skills and drills, what we call skills and drills in the summer, went really, really well. So I'd like to think that it's a tribute to our whole group, putting in a lot of effort and a lot of leadership from my group in particular that really helped skills and drills go well.
Just knowing practice is a few days away, how excited are you? How excited is this staff to stop talking and start playing?
Yeah, it's just every day that goes by, you're just waiting, and it's a long process, but. Again, we're trying to be the best we can be every single day, and when practice gets here, we'll be ready to roll. But I'm very, very excited. There's been too much talking going on, and this and that, and everybody's excited, which is great. I'm excited too. But now it's about let's go strap it up and let's see what we got.
Is there a certain number of practices you have in mind that you want a starter to be named ahead of the first game, like as a quarterback? do you want a guy to know at least a week or two ahead of
Me
time?
and Coach Morrill, so we'll talk about that as a lot as we go. What we hope is somebody emerges, quicker than or sooner than later. We want a guy that'll emerge and start being the guy, and hey, everybody knows this is the guy we're going with, and they'll start rallying behind. I know everybody's interested. You guys are interested. The fan base is interested. The players are interested. And I think that's very important to get that guy to emerge, and let's name one and let's roll with him. But again, like I said about the whole Colton injury, whoever it is, the next guy's one play away. So you got to prepare as if you're the starter, regardless if you get named or not. You got to prepare like you're the starter because you're one play away from being the guy again.
Is there a sense that the team selects the quarterback in terms of who plays better for that guy, who rallies the team around better?
Well, I don't know if this will answer your question, but one of the things we're really looking for is, which guy goes out there and the other 10 guys get better, and if that answers your question or not. But, if that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a consistent quarterback that can consistently put his team in the end zone every time he's out there, whether if it's Ty with the ones or Ty with the twos or Cole with the ones or Cole with the twos or John Steven with the threes or the ones, whoever he gets reps. Who puts the ball in the end zone consistently? Because that's what everybody wants to see in our offense, is us putting points on the board and winning a lot of football games.
The Michael Petway is already kind of a physically impressive-looking kid before he goes through the summer workouts, and then find out he's down to 7% body fat. Just how impressed are you by him? Very impressed.
I mean, just like all of our guys, they've all bought in. We have not had an issue of a guy really not buying in. If we had, it's been minor, and those guys may not be here anymore. But, just like Petway, I mean, everybody's buying in that whole receiver room. I mean, you talk about Petway, you can talk about Jared Cornelius. I mean, all those guys have changed their body, and they've all bought in. They've all had a great summer. But now we just got to find out, how it translates in football. You're going to win games, by training the right way, but you're going to win games on the football field. So let's see how it translates from this summer to fall camp, and hopefully he's ready to go as well as our other receivers, because we're going to need all of them.
Talking about our quarterbacks and trying to figure that out, you got a lot of positions still to figure out. Consistency, how big is that? Maybe the first week or two of practice, figuring out who's going to be the consistent guy that you can put at each position.
Yeah, it's all about that. And knowing our scheme. Like I said, we. Coming back, the NCAA allows us to meet with our guys, and so coming back from summer and getting a chance to meet with our guys and really find out what they know. I mean, it was very impressive to find out what they retained from spring and what they worked on in summer on their own. I did not want to go back to day one from the spring, and that's from an install standpoint. I did not want to do that day one of fall camp. And what those guys have done is a tribute to their hard work and their motivation to get this team back on the right track, and was very excited to see that those guys had really learned a lot this summer and really had helped the young guys along as well. But we're again, we're not going to go back to day one of spring ball, day one install of fall camp. So I'm excited about that, excited about what else we can add. Get those tools in the toolbox in case we need them.
So with the summer, I'm assuming they went back and did everything you guys did in the spring. Was there anything else you guys added for them to work on, or was it just refining what they did in the spring?
Again, in those meetings we're allowed to have, we installed a couple things. And it's actually been here recently. I wanted them to go back June and July and really do what we did in the spring, really get good at what we put in on their own, and they did a really good job with that. So when we got back, and I kind of felt like, hey, these guys – they've done a heck of a job. We went ahead and added a couple concepts, and we'll add a couple more come fall camp. But I'm extremely excited about what those guys retained all through the spring and all through the summer to allow us to keep going in our install. Thank you.